stream. Welcome to the channel. I hope everyone is having a good evening. Welcome back to the Blue Lounge. Welcome back. It's been a little while since we streamed. I did upload a few videos, so there's that. If you haven't watched them, go check them out. Predominantly no to wicket videos, messages from the Chelsea community, a protest vlog, and a whole bunch of other stuff. So if you've missed it, go check it out. This is the Chelsea versus Real Madrid Champions League quarter-final first leg match review. What a mouthful. What a mouthful. It's a game that unfortunately I am unable to go and watch because of the timing of the game. However, it is a fantastic fixture between two great champions of Europe. Hopefully, the Blues will come out on top by the end of this round of football. Today we're going to be talking about the Tuchel press conference. We're going to be showing you potential lineups, and I'm going to get you to vote for the best one. So far, the Boogeyman is leading with one victory in regards to his lineups. He's not here today, so my other panelists have a chance to catch up. So looking forward to that. Let me say hello to some champions. Who do we have in the chat? We have MCIG. Big up to you, my man. Welcome to the show. Tobago. Always nice to have you in the stream. And Chelsea fan 55. Chelsea, the champions of Europe. Big up to you. I'm still baffled to why you have an Arsenal football player, or former Arsenal football player. I mean, Ozil, a great player, but I would have thought you'd had a Chelsea player in there, but it is what it is. Marcio, big up to you. Like 20 must score. All right, big up to you, Marcio. Let's get them likes up. Big up, Habibi. Ahlan wa sahlan. Ramadan Kareem wa Mubarak. Alayk, Habibi. Ahlan wa sahlan. Courtney, big up, my man. Bless up. Welcome. Dayo, big up, Mo. Big up, Dayo. Good to see you in the chat. Haven't seen you for a while. Hope you're doing good. I hope you've been doing well. You and your family. Aman, Blues Lounge. We are here up the Chelsea. Big up to you. Jeff, nice to see you. And that's all the comments in the chat. Big up to you all. Welcome to my stream. Do me a favor, smash that like button. Let's get it out of the way. And if you're new to the Blue Lounge, subscribe. As you can see, we are on the edge of our milestone, 10,000 subscribers. More people are jumping in. Dixon, big up to you. John Arnold, big up to you. Once blue, always Boogie, man. Big up to you, Boogie. Declared, how are you? How you doing?
Yeah, great. It's good to be back on. I don't get a chance to come on all the time, but this is a great time for me. Or better time.
Yeah.
So before this is going on, yeah.
Yeah, I mean the clocks have changed. The schedule has changed, and I think it's in your favor. So it's good to have you on, Declared.
Yeah, but brought us closer.
Yeah, brilliant.
2 hours.
Yeah, fantastic. Nick Blue, how are you?
Yeah, fine, no. Up to the chat. And don't forget to hit that yellow little like button. It's not hard to do. And it doesn't cost you a heap. So hit the button, chat.
Yeah. Yeah, listen, it's free, but it means a ton. It's free, but it means a ton to me if you do hit the like button. So, listen, guys, if you want to help my channel, if you want to support my channel, you don't have to send me super chats. You don't have to do anything. Just hit the like button and subscribe. That is all I'm asking. Hit the like button and subscribe, and that would be fantastic for me. Podfather, how are you? How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Looking forward to the game. Nothing like Champions League nights, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's the business end of the season. This is where things are decided, you know.
Nothing
So
like talking about football for a change.
yes,
It's
yes,
been a
yes.
while. It's been a
100%.
while.
100%.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm really excited. I'm really excited. Look, when it came to the draw, people were thinking, let's get this team, let's get that team. You know, I want to beat the best because we will be the best. If we beat Real Madrid, Man City, Liverpool, Bayern, you know, these are the teams that you want to be meeting and beating. Because when you hold that trophy, you know, you've earned it. You've earned it. And we did that last year. You know, we beat the best of the best. And, you know, under the circumstances that we're under, beating Real Madrid, it's going to be some next level. Some next level. Look, guys, let's get into the Tuchel press conference. We'll watch that. Oh, and again, this stream will not be as long as my normal streams because I want to finish it before the Champions League matches kick off. So we'll be here for like an hour and a half, hour 20 minutes for tonight's stream. So it's going to be a short and sweet stream. Before I forget to tell you though, we will be back tomorrow night straight after the final whistle, hopefully, to celebrate Chelsea defeating Real Madrid. Before we get into the press conference, we have the Couch Critic in the house. Couch, welcome back. How was your trip?
Greetings.
Greetings, my man. Good to see you. Good to see you.
Yeah, as well. No, it's cool. It's just, fam stuff, and then I had work stuff. So tour life's back in full kick. So whenever I can be back, I will. But I can't lie, it's gonna be sparse these days, man. But big up to who's up in the mix here. Who's that? Is that Nick Blue?
You got Podfather, Nick Blue,
Nick.
Declared. Yeah.
Oh, all the regular suspects. Okay,
All
cool.
the regular
Big up,
suspects.
fellas.
I gotta say this, mate. I gotta say this. Listen, people in the chat, when you're on holiday, when you're away from your normal surroundings, and the Blue Lounge tells you to smash a video and do some work, you'd be within your rights to say, "Look, I'm busy. I'm sorry." But my man Couch, the Dennis P, he said, "You need a video? How much time do I have?" I said, "Literally 5 minutes." He's like, 5 minutes? I'll do it in 2. And he literally did it in 2 minutes, and he sent it to me, man. So big up to you. Big up to you. Thank you for doing that, Couch.
I had lots to say about No to Ricky, so it was easy.
Yeah, no, I
it was just
appreciate
venting, really, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it was good. Some fantastic points. You made some fantastic points. And guys, if you haven't seen it, it's uploaded. I mean, it was with Worldwide Charles, with Eunice Talks Football, GNA TV. There was a lot of people on that video. So go check it out if you haven't seen it already. All right, let's jump into the Tuchel presser. Let's see what the man had to say. Where is it? Let me load it up. Let's see what he had to say, and then we will react to it. All right, here we go.
Mr. Tuchel, there will be a new owner for Chelsea.
Yeah.
What do you want from a new owner?
What do I want from an owner? Oh. A strong squad and confidence and support.
James Savinde.
Thomas, how have you looked to try and bounce back from what happened against Brentford on Saturday?
We had a day off, which was maybe also necessary to digest it. We talked about it, but no special talks, no special team talk. We talked openly about it, which we in a debrief, which is very usual for us. we set the new targets. This is what you do in sports, no matter if you win or lose. It was a crucial loss, of course, and when we absolutely did not like what happened. It was very untypical for us. So we consider this also as the exception of the rule. We were open to ourselves and allowed ourselves still on Monday to focus on the match tomorrow, because it's what's needed.
Gary Cottrell.
No Carlo, it seems, certainly not today, potentially not tomorrow as
Yeah.
well, because of his COVID situation. Similar happened to you in a world.
Kellogg's All Bran with superior wheat bran fibre gives you one.
You made it in the end.
Yeah.
How does that affect a squad in preparation for the game like this?
It does, but in nowadays you are in charge of media, of help, of virtual help. So I'm pretty sure he can do the team talks and can be in touch with, of course, players and stuff. But it's always better and much nicer to be there and to have the direct influence. This is, I think, what we as coaches love the most, to be in the middle of the group and be part of the group, and that we can like constantly communicate, not only with words, but also like with how you feel, like with a smile, with a hug. And when all this is missing, it's strange, and then something is missing. I hope he still makes it. I had the information that he will try to arrive tomorrow in the evening. I personally hope he makes it. He's a big coach, big personality, and would be nice to have him at the sideline in these kind of games.
Nizar.
I want to talk about Mateo Kovacic against this former club.
Yeah.
He was like a wonder kid youngster when he was younger. He was a backup player for Real Madrid. Chelsea signed him, and now he's become like a star. Do you think he's kind of completing that journey now with Chelsea?
Yes, and I think he's still completing it. He looks totally like a, what do you say, wonder kid? He looks like a wonder kid in training, in some exercises. For example, today he had an outstanding training session, and on top of it, he's a fantastic character, such a lovely person, such a nice guy, humble guy, and so interested in sport, and so happy to train, so happy to deliver for the team. It's pure pleasure. I was following his career long time, even like when he was at Real Madrid. I was aware of him, I was aware of the talent, and you could see there is a next step coming, and I was sure he has what it takes to make it there. And I'm very happy that I have the chance that he's my player. He plays a lot this season. Is crucial to us, not only on the pitch but off the pitch, in the way he behaves. You can see that he is brought up as a team player, and he is like he knows what it takes and what culture it needs in a dressing room and in a team, in a big club, and this is what he brings to our team. That's why we're very happy with Matteo.
Matt Law.
Thomas, the atmosphere at Stamford Bridge was a bit flat on Saturday. Obviously, the result going in before you were
Yeah.
it felt flat. How much do you need?
Kellogg's All Bran with superior wheat bran fibre gives you 1/3.
The crowd to give you a advantage in this competition?
Yes,
Closed doors must have
we absolutely need it. Yeah, we absolutely need it, and we need to be better on the pitch. We're the first to admit it, but we need the crowd to be better, supporters to be better. It was like this. We need everybody on the front foot. It's a big match. It's quarterfinals, and it's a big opponent in a big occasion. I think like maybe normally we have these kind of atmospheres like in evening games, in big matches, like throughout this season when spectators were back in, like the Champions League matches were like gave us a huge push in terms of atmosphere and in terms of energy, and we need it. Is crucial in these games. And we felt it like you feel it in every away game when you play in Turin, play in Malmö, play in St. Petersburg, play in Lille. It's super hard, and it's much harder to play against the spectators as well. And we will face it next week in Madrid. So yeah, everybody needs to be on top level. We need to be the first one to set the spark, but everybody needs to arrive tomorrow ready to support.
John Southall.
How different a challenge
I think it has nothing to do with last season's game. Honestly, I did not look at it in the preparation. I looked at the last matches of Real Madrid, but we did not have a look in our last year's matches. It's so that maybe answers the question. There's for us anyway not a revenge, but for us.
Just to clarify, lads, the audio is bad from the source. I watched it live, and this is the second or third press conference where they have very low audio, and especially the journalists. I could not hear it when I was watching it live. I could not hear what the journalists were asking. I'm a little bit better off now because I'm using these headsets, but the audio is weak from the source, and for that I do apologize.
It's not a point to prove again or whatever. Like we are out there to prove a point anyway, and to bounce back from Saturday's performance and to play and to play in the right way, in the way we want to play, to be physical, to be intense, to be focused, and to be in our very best, because this is what we need. We overcame Real Madrid in the last season, but like I said, it had nothing to do in the preparation. It's new coach, it's new team, and it's with spectators, and it's again good to go. Nothing.
Gentleman in the red jumper.
Hi, Mr. Tuchel. Álvaro Montero, AS Spain. Who will be that Real Madrid player you will sign for your team? I mean, that key player you said, I don't...
You love these questions, no? You love these questions. Just from your colleague, I got the same question, but the other way around. He asked me, whom do you want not to play? Which is more or less the same question. Yeah. So instead of being boring and always say, I will not say one particular name, I gave all the praise in your colleague's answer to your colleague. I gave all the praise to Karim Benzema, which I said, I think 2 years ago, is one of the most underrated players in world football. And maybe not anymore, which he absolutely deserves, because he plays since how many years as a number 9 for Real Madrid. That speaks for itself, and what he did in the last stage to overcome the last stage for them, how he carried responsibility, and what a key part he plays for them as a captain now. Is very impressive. You could see what can happen to the team in his absence when they played the Clásico. So this is for sure a standout player, standout personality, but it is, again, right now in this very moment, very unfair to Luka Modric, to Toni Kroos, Casemiro, and to all the guys who carry this team so successfully over almost a decade now. And there are huge personalities which I'm generally and genuinely a fan about, but for sure not today and for sure not tomorrow.
Be in sports.
Hi, Thomas. I wonder, how do you assess the current Real Madrid team compared to what we beat last season?
Kellogg's All Bran, with superior wheat bran fibre, gives you one.
How do you think Real Madrid in Europe, in terms of being the ultimate team, has faded in recent years?
Well, it's hard to keep their record. I mean, they won it 3 times, this competition, and the competition is unbelievable hard to win, an unbelievable tough tournament, and they did it 3 times, and they trusted almost similar squad over a very long period of time, which was absolutely impressive and outstanding. I think it's normal that cycles like this change at some point, and this is what in terms of a winning streak and winning and reaching maybe the final, and this is what happened to them. But we should be very aware that teams with this kind of experience, this kind of flair, and this kind of quality can produce special performances and special nights and special occasions. For us, it's also a pretty special occasion to play against Real Madrid in a quarterfinal. So that's why we feel also pretty excited, and we don't lose too much sleep to think about where they are in Europe. We want to prove a point tomorrow. Again, we want to prove it to ourselves, and that's the target. And the occasion is special, and the opponent is special, and that's why we are very excited about it.
Jacob.
Andreas was Christensen's a huge player for you in the run final last season, and you said obviously on Friday that you've seen the rumours about him and Barcelona didn't play on Saturday. Do you have any concerns about his focus at the moment? Have you concerned over how he might approach a game like this?
No, no concerns. Maybe it's not. Maybe it is a bit more challenging for him than normal. Than in a moment where everything is clear, or like where you're fully committed to your club you play for at the moment, which is obvious, us and Chelsea. But maybe he cleared his future. I don't know it yet. But for me, it was very clear, even when we started, or like when I had conversations with him last season, in summer, in autumn, and through winter. The bottom line was, as long as you're my player, I expect you to be 100% committed, and I will not accept anything less, and I will not start into digging like how much is he now committed and how can he handle now, because this only leads to distraction. This is what I demand from him. That he was out on Saturday had nothing to do with him personally, or the situation was a tactical choice to play with a back four, and was a matter of characteristic of the players. But he is our player, and we want to have the most of him, and he needs to be focused. This is his job. He needs to be determined, and this is what we expect from him, and I think we can expect it.
Okay, last two, Simon Johnson and then Tom Boddy to finish. Simon.
Obviously, winning Champions League last season is an extraordinary achievement.
Yeah.
But given everything you've been through this season, COVID, injuries, sanctions, takeover, if you win it this season, would it actually be a good?
Can you ask me again in the hopefully very end of May this question, because before that I will not talk about the final. Absolutely not. Not before first leg in quarterfinal.
Is it harder to do it again?
Kellogg's All Bran, with superior wheat bran fibre, gives you 1/3.
I don't know. It feels terribly hard all the time, but it's what we love. I mean, it's the competition, and it is no other way than step by step. It's challenging. It's demanding, of course, also at the moment for us. But this is at the same time what we love, and what we can deal with it, because this is what we choose. This is what we love, and that's why we can deal with it. And it's nice to deal with it, and it's nice to have these kind of experiences. Now we have 2 legs against Real Madrid. This is a top experience for sure.
Okay, last question, Tom Boddy.
Hi, Thomas. Just going back to Andreas, you said you spoke to him in the autumn. Do you think that the sort of public nature of the contract terms, did that have any inkling on the outcome and the fact that things might be going there?
Oh, how do you mean it? I don't understand. Correct.
So when you spoke to him in autumn,
Yeah.
and everything became quite public then about his contract situation,
Well,
I think those kind of comments led to the situation now in the room.
my comments, or like.
Yeah, and the situation with the club in general.
Well, the situation of the club was pretty sure, and I think I gave you a pretty honest statement some weeks ago, where I told you that I think that he is exactly at the moment in the exactly right place, and that he should continue his journey at our club to become the defender he can be, and the real personality and of also in terms of playing minutes, the figure that he wants to be, and that he, in my opinion, should not forget who gave him, like where he comes from, where he has his education from, where he is home, and that, in my opinion, he needs that kind of environment to bring the very best out of him. It's just my opinion. I gave this like some weeks ago, but the talks in in autumn, in summer, there are constant talks because we are in exchange with our players, of course. I hope that my talks did not make him want to leave, but I don't think so. I mean, you cannot take these things personal. If he decides to continue his career somewhere else, it's his decision. We don't need to understand it. We don't need to agree, but we will not take it personally. That's what I wanted to say before. Like, until he's our player, and I will not stop demanding everything from him. And he needs to be fully committed. This is what we expect and what we experienced, by the way. So you have to ask him about his decision and what were, like, in the end, the reasons for his decision.
Okay, we'll leave it there. Thank
All right, brilliant. Excuse me. A lot of points to take away from that press conference. For me, it's how should I put this? The Ancelotti situation, with him being available or not available to attend due to his positive COVID test. The team is already here without him. Him arriving tomorrow is a possibility. What impact is that going to have? The aging midfield of Real Madrid, what impact is that going to have? Kovacic, is he going to be starting? Did the presser kind of allude to him starting, being a former Real Madrid player? Where are we with Christensen? There's a lot of questions that were posed, but not a lot of answers that you could really take away from that press conference. So for me, I didn't really get a lot from it in respect to information. I actually walked away from that press conference with more questions than answers, but that's just me. Let me hear what the panel thinks of that press conference. I'll start with Declared. Declared, give me your assessment of the press conference and what you've took from it.
Well, it's like you said, he was keeping it real hush-hush. I guess that's what you do in a big game like this. At least there wasn't outside questions about, what's going on with the ownership or his personal life. At least there wasn't that. That's a good thing, and it seemed pretty calm. But yeah, all I took away that all brand has a lot of fiber. That's about it.
You know what? It's funny. The same ad kept on being played. I'm thinking, come on, man, change it, mix it up a little bit. The same.
Right.
and you know what? I didn't Google it or anything beforehand. It's just, I'm not even really a cornflakes person, cereal person, but it is what it is. It is what it is.
They really wanted you to get it.
They really want me to get it. Yeah. I know. I mean, I'm not going to have breakfast for the next 28 days anyway, so it's a wasted ad on me, but it is what it is. Let me hear from Podfather. Podfather, your takeaway from that press conference, mate.
Yeah, I mean, like you guys said, it seemed like he was trying to keep things close to his chest. It was either that or the questions seemed a bit off, because there wasn't any real penetrating questions in terms of, like, tactically how he might see the game. Like, if I'm a journalist and I'm going into that, I'm asking for his opinion on how he thinks Real Madrid is going to play, how they're going to approach the game. Is it going to be a low block defense for them? Is it going to be counter attack? But there seems to be a lot of talk about Christensen, and there's a lot of, like, clickbait as usual. Like, Chelsea press conferences have to be some of the worst press conferences out here, because I don't know what these London journalists are, because their questions are just horrible. Like, literally, the only reason why they even get any sort of copy or headline is because Tuchel is actually engaging and actually descriptive.
Yeah.
If you had...
Sorry, Pod, that's the thing. Yeah. I mean, we've got a manager who isn't ducking and diving from any question. So if you ask him, if you ask him a good question, he'll answer it. He'll give you an answer. But if you're going to ask him a question that is poorly worded, then he isn't going to do the extra. He's not going to put the effort in to try to give you what you should have asked and give you that answer. So just word your question a little bit better, lads, and Tuchel will be happy to respond.
Yeah, the lack of tactical uh, interest from journalists is staggering, to be honest. In a lot of these press conferences, and the thing is, I've heard the journalists on other programs like they can speak tactics, they can break stuff down, they can so there's an interest there, but for whatever reason, whenever it comes to these sort of press conferences, it's like let's just ask the dumbest question possible and and keep it moving.
Yeah, no, I agree. Before I go to the couch critic, I want to ask you guys to do me a favor and smash that like button. And if you're new, subscribe. We are, very, very close to that 10,000 subscriber milestone. So if you are watching the stream for the first time and you're enjoying the content, hit that subscribe button. It would mean a ton to me. Couch, interesting press conference.
Yeah, man, I got hungry, man. I went and got some Kellogg's myself, so.
Listen, YouTube algorithm knows man's fasting, and he's just trying to convince him to go break that fast with some Kellogg's, man.
It's probably a good fasting meal. It's got a lot of fiber, holds you for longer.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, no, not much to take away from that. I'm more just focused on the game itself, and didn't seem like the journalists, like Pod was saying, were really up for that. Like, what are you asking about? Is Christensen even going to play? Like, did they even not bother asking him that? What are your thoughts on Christensen for tomorrow's game? Is he healthy? Did anyone get any questions about whether or not the squad is fit? Like, who's in, who's out?
Injuries and what? Yeah,
zero. Like, there was rumors that Mendy might not even be able to be fit enough to play. And I saw him training today, but these are the questions that we need to know. Even just like tactics. Like, what are we gonna do? You faced Real Madrid last year. What differences from last year are you anticipating for this game? Their lineup, their current lineup. What are you expecting to see? Are they going to be playing with three at the back? That's what we want to know. Like, what are his thoughts on the game? Not like, what do you think the new owner is going to do? What do you want in a new owner? Come on now, man. It's Champions League quarterfinals, man. What are we dealing with here? What are we really dealing with here, right? So, typical England, as Pod said, just nothing you can get from them. Not really focused on real issues.
I would like to hear something about Lukaku and Havertz. I mean, they don't have to ask, is he going to start? They can say, what is the mood in the camp in respect to Lukaku? How well is he training? What is Ziyech? What is Chalobah? Ask about the players. The coach isn't going to tell you who he's starting, but at least they would ask questions that would give us, the fans, some sort of understanding to what to expect.
Yeah.
They were far from that.
Do you guys think they were trying to help him? Because it's not two English teams. It's actually, English versus, like England versus Spain almost type of, vibe. So the only person that's going to ask those questions if there was a Spanish journalist in the crowd. Are they actually trying to help us or?
No, I don't think so. I think they're just jaded because even Pep's press conference, they were asking him why does he overthink in the Champions League. They weren't trying to help him. They're trying to get him to react and say something, and he did.
It's true.
I think these guys are just jaded, and they know that at this point they don't have to do too much to sell papers and grow the industry. Like it's pretty stagnant at this point. It is what it is. Like most people don't get their news from them anyway. They get their news from channels like this and others on YouTube. So
maybe it's the Ricketts. Right now the Ricketts are closing in. They're real chill, and we're going to get special treatment for some reason.
Listen. I will promise you guys, we will give the Ricketts thing 10 minutes at the end of the stream. We'll talk about the Ricketts for like 10 minutes at the end of the stream because apparently Griffin is coming in a couple of days. Bruce Buck bought him the ticket, first class to London. He's already done the itinerary for him. He's going to pick him up at the airport personally himself. It's a joke. We're going to talk about the Ricketts bid in the last 10 minutes of the video. I want to focus on the Champions League game. Let me hear from Nick. Nick, Crazy press conference, interesting press conference. How do you want to describe it?
Yeah, it wasn't very interesting because they didn't ask him anything, like Coach said, like everyone said. They didn't ask him about any player specifically. You know, how's he doing in training? What's Lukaku feeling like now? What's he look? You know, and we know he's going to say he ain't going to tell them everything, but they should have been asking these questions. The only good question I heard is about the crowd. You know, they asked him. Someone said, Tuchel said, you know, we need our crowd to be up for it tomorrow, not like Saturday because there wasn't no crowd there. There was a crowd, but they were dead. It's like they were like watching. They were watching a movie or something, and that's the problem we have. You know, at this club, it's not the first time. It happens all the time, especially in Premier League games. You know, because the bad thing is most of our season ticket holders, you know, they just sit there and don't even. They clap they clap for a good pass or something. They don't shout. I've sat next to them millions of times, and I've been singing my mouth out, and they're all looking at me, because I'm shouting and singing, and it embarrasses me to watch this lot. You know,
Where were you sitting? Where were you sitting? Where were you sitting?
Everywhere, Mo. I remember
last game. Yeah.
The last game I was in the shed in lower tier, where it's supposed to be, you know, like the usual, like the vocal side, which the shed is usually, but it wasn't such.
Shed, Matthew.
Harding.
Sorry, the Harding and the shed is normally the loudest. East view is all right. West view is dead. But the thing is this. I don't know if that is because of the lack of tickets being sold and only season ticket holders are going. Season ticket holders, to stereotype them as being less vocal, I think it's unfair.
No, it's not. No, look, let me explain before you carry on. The last game, last season, I was in the upper tier east side, eastern upper tier, and that eastern upper tier, years ago was very vocal. All our stands were. Every stand used to sing and shout. But if you go there now, among these, mostly season ticket holders who are up there, they don't move, they don't shout, they don't sing, they just clap occasionally. They're not real fans, I'm afraid. You know, it's not like they're not like back in their team. It's like they're watching a film.
Nick,
you know,
you can't listen.
No,
you can't. But you can't. But you can't. You can't. Listen. You can't label another fan as being not a. It's like the term Papa Chelsea. You heard of that term, Papa Chelsea?
Yeah.
Well, he's not Papa Chelsea. He's not this. What I'm saying is, listen. What I'm saying is, we can't strip away from anyone their support for a club, the way they support a club. You know, I know people who have never set foot in England, and they're die-hard Chelsea fans, and they've never set foot in this country, never mind Stamford Bridge. So what? The point I'm trying to make to you is this: you can't judge. I mean, there may be people who for them to support the club is to buy their season ticket, to come in, to sit down, to watch, to buy merchandise, and just be a bum on a seat. That's how they're supporting their club, and that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Listen, Nick, that is fine. Everyone can support. Listen, Nick, let me finish. Yeah. Everyone can support the club in the way they know best, the way they know how. We don't all have to be jumping up and shouting and and celebrating and cheering and jeering and booing and not everyone is like that.
All right, I'm not saying. Look, you're not understanding the point I'm trying to make. Look,
explain it.
Yeah, I'm trying to, but look, like a lot of times. We have the Matthew Harding starting trying to get the crowd going. They're singing for the East End to give them a song, but they don't. They do that to the West End. They don't. But yeah, not many years ago, they used to. Chelsea, wherever you say, we have a different sort of fan base now. We don't have the same that we did. That's what I'm saying. Even Tuchel realised he's begging the fans to be on it. There will be tomorrow because it's a Champions League quarter-final. Even the West Ham be up for it and the Eastern. But, you can't just be up for the big games and leave the Premier League games aside. Like, look, United fan, Liverpool, you go to Liverpool, they're away. Doesn't matter who they play. Their fans are different. We used to be like that. We were the most vocal fans in England at one stage. But we're losing it slowly. Yeah,
you know what's funny though, Nick, and this is an interesting take from a fellow overseas. I used to hear all the time that the problem with Stamford Bridge and making noise and whatnot is the fact that there's also all these foreigners coming in or spectators, not really true fans of the club, and they don't know how to get behind the team and support and whatnot. I'm just glad now that we're not there, we can't be there right now. We're seeing the true Stamford Bridge right now. That's what happens at games, man. It doesn't matter who's there. You're gonna get people that
I'm sure we have fans from USA who are.
Hold on, Nick. 1 second. 1 second, Nick. This is the comment.
Yeah.
1 second, Nick. 1 second, Nick. This is the comment from Carabao 4. He says, "Can't expect the crowd to be making a load of noise when they have nothing to make noise about. Brentford is a prime example. Performance was shocking."
They get behind the team, man. Sorry.
Yeah, but you see, that's the thing. The performance was shocking in the second half. The first.
Shocking. It was shocking.
I'll be honest. I didn't see the first half. I watched highlights. So I can't really make too accurate a statement here. But I think the performance is one aspect, and I think the other aspect is this: we feel that there isn't much to play for in the Premier League right now. For us, top 4 is pretty much guaranteed. And I said pretty much. It's not 100%, but it's quite close. Third spot, looks good now with Arsenal, bottling it. So we are in a good position in the Premier League, and I think there isn't that much passion in respect to we have to do this, we have to do that. But I think tomorrow's game is different. Tomorrow's game, this is cup football, and this is the Champions League. So it doesn't get much bigger than a quarter-final match against Real Madrid at Stamford Bridge. If you can't motivate yourself to be, cheering in that game, I don't care if you're a season ticket holder, I don't care what kind of ticket you have. If you're inside that stadium and you don't cheer, there's something wrong. There's something wrong.
Yeah,
I think
there won't be the coach. Yeah. You hit it on the spot there. Tomorrow is going to be different. But it's a big game against Real Madrid. The crowd, they'll be up for it. They're going to make noise. They always do, even against Lille or whoever in the Champions League or FA Cup quarter-final, semi-final. We're always up for that. And the point I'm trying to make, there's a lot of games, even last season, where the crowd could be much more noisier when we have important games, and we dropped points at home because of the crowd. We draw too many games because of the crowd. I'm there and I experience it. I know the feeling. And I can see I'm sitting next to people who don't move. They don't even say a word. So how are they going to show when they can't even speak?
I think I can see it from both sides. Like I can see what Nick is saying. I can see what Crouch is saying. Like you 100%. Our atmosphere is not good enough for me. It's not even top 10 in the Premier League in terms of atmospheres. In terms of stadiums. Yeah, like you saw even Crystal Palace last night. They make a hell of a noise. But obviously that's to do with their stadium and how close the pitch is to the stands and all that sort of stuff. And obviously, being a big team in London, what happens is you get a lot of tourists come in. They want to see a game.
Oh, here we go again. Here we
No,
go
no,
again.
listen,
No,
listen,
Here we go
listen,
again.
listen. No, no, but couch,
Getting
guys,
all the
listen.
tourists. Those
No,
damn
but couch,
tourists are
couch.
ruining the atmosphere.
No. I didn't say they ruined. This is what I'm saying. I want them to come. That's how you make money. That's how you're able to afford the players and pay the wages you're able to pay. It's not by magic. I want the tourists to come. I want tourists from all over the world. That's the whole point.
To your point, I want to counter it immediately.
No, but listen, but let me make the point first.
Are tourists coming to England?
No,
100%.
COVID restrictions. and that?
100%. England's one of the most visited places in the world.
You
Yeah.
can't come to the game right
Not
now.
COVID, right?
No. I'm not talking about now. I'm talking about our atmosphere over the last decade. I'm talking about just over the week.
Okay, go on.
So what I'm trying to say is this: it's natural when you're a big club in a major city. So it's not Liverpool. It's not people flying into Liverpool airport. Yeah, they're flying into London to do all sorts of things. That's where you get fans that come in for the day, come for the weekend, want to see something. It's natural. Barcelona have it. Real Madrid have it. Big teams all around the world in big cities, Milan, Munich, whatever. It's natural. That's part of being a big club. That's what's going to happen. That's what's going to grow your fan base. That's
Paul,
when
you
you
get the point. Wait a minute, Paul.
no, but wait. Let me make my point first. Yeah.
It's not the
Nick,
people who come.
Nick, stand by. Nick, stand by. Let him finish. Let him finish. Let him finish.
Talking here.
Yeah.
Let him finish. Let him finish.
So what I'm trying to say is this: in terms of the home record and all that sort of thing, 100%, it can be affected. But that's usually when your team is struggling a bit. Because I remember under Jose, we didn't lose for 5 years at home. 5 years, not one loss at home. Yeah, in terms of the league. Yeah, while he was here, and the atmosphere there wasn't great. It was great, yes, when we played Barcelona and played all these other big teams and big games, but it was never raucous. It was never top 5, top 6 atmospheres. Or again, the Premier League. But we went 5 years without losing a game at home in the Premier League. Yeah, I don't know if it's been done before. So so sometimes the team is that good that it doesn't really matter. But we're not at that stage now. I think Tuchel, yes, 100% get the support for this Real Madrid game, but I don't think you make that much of a big deal over the Brentford thing because, like Mo said, it was really a nothing game. Really, we all expected us to beat them. Yeah, I mean, like that all the predictions were we were going to win before. Even if we lost, it wasn't going to take us out the top 4. There were ways to recover. Everybody was pretty much thinking about Real Madrid anyway. Nobody's really thinking about that particular game. So it was just a natural thing to happen, you know. So like I said, I can see it from both sides.
You're wrong, Pod. Look, the tourists, what you keep saying, they come once in a blue moon when they come, and if they manage to get a ticket, first of all, they go to Stamford Bridge, and I see most foreigners I see, they do shout. They are shouting, the foreign people. But what I'm talking about is season ticket holders, the ones who go to every single game.
I'm going to ask you a question, Nick. I'm going to ask you a question, Nick. How do you distinguish if this is a foreigner or if this is somebody who lives in the UK? How do you distinguish?
How you mean, like a season ticket holder?
No, I mean, how do you distinguish? Because you're saying they do this, they do that. Based on what? I mean, how do you know? I mean, this is a person you see for the first time in your life.
I sat, I go to many games when I can. And every time I go to the same stand, and I happen to sit next to a season ticket holder. I'm not saying all of them are the same, but there is a lot of season ticket holders who just sit there and don't say nothing. But when I see foreign people, they always clapping, cheering. I've never seen anyone dead,
Again, my question is, how do you know they're foreign?
How? Because you can tell the way they talk. The way they talk, the accent, their language, they're talking to each other in their language. There's a lot of ways you can see. It's obvious.
I could go to a game with one of my friends and talk to them in Arabic. Does that make me a foreigner?
If you're talking Arabic.
Yeah.
Hey, you're foreign, like I am. If I go to church,
so when you say you're foreign, are you meaning not white Anglo-Saxon? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
This is going down a rabbit hole, man.
I'm letting him dig it. I'm letting him dig it.
I know what you're saying.
I'm letting listen, Nick. I'm gonna explain something to you, mate. I'm gonna explain something to you. There is no foreign fan. There's Chelsea fans. All right. Now, when you say foreign, if you're talking about a person who is coming to this country to watch a game, then believe you me, this guy will be supporting the club and and will be interacting with that match more than anybody else in that stadium. Do you know why? Because they spent a ton of money and time to make it for that particular game. I'll tell you something. Couch Critic has done it. Couch Critic has travelled to the UK and purchased a ticket to watch a football match at Stamford Bridge. And I'll tell you something. That match for him would be something that he will remember and he will be talking about for a long time. Do you know why? Because it's not something that he can do every week. While you and I, we can go to every game if we wanted to. Because we're local. We're local. That's what I'm trying to say to you. So you can't say a foreign fan is not as passionate or a season ticket holder is not as passionate. I'm trying. Listen. What I'm trying to say to you is you can't label anyone for being passionate or unpassionate because they are foreign or they're a season ticket holder or they're this or they're that. No, in my opinion, and again I could be wrong here, but in my opinion, and from what I've read in the chat by Calbai, by everyone in the chat, it depends on the game. It depends on the game you're watching. It depends on the meaning or the value of that result. You're going to get people. I mean, you could go to a friendly, Chelsea versus Tottenham, a friendly, because it's a derby, because there's rivalry. They're going to be passionate about it, but it isn't the same as when Chelsea play Tottenham in the league or in the cup. It's different. So the meaning of the game is going to be different, and that is why you get fans, celebrating or not celebrating, or interacting or not interacting. And again, I said this at the start of the stream. The fact that the stewards were all up in our grill, taking our posters, taking our banners, asking us not to say certain things, that all impacted the morale of the people.
Yeah, but people I'll still hold my banner. Why should it impact them? They shouldn't go.
It didn't impact you. It didn't impact you, but I'll tell you something. It impacted people.
Yeah, but you were too quiet. Even it's only Brentford. Right. It's still a game.
Yeah. Look, like I said, this is going to be a shorter than normal stream, and we've talked about this for long enough. I want to move on. Look, people, I'm about to. Dennis, are you there or are you out? Dennis. All right, he's gone. I'm about to show you some predicted lineups. Like we did last game, I'm going to get you guys to vote to how good this lineup is. And we're going to see who wins the this mini competition. I mean, so far, Boogeyman is ahead with everyone, with 1 point. He won the last competition, so we'll see if the boys here can catch up to him. So we're going to look at the lineups. No one is allowed to ask any questions because I don't want anyone to interfere in respect to the lineups. I will ask questions and then the people in the chat will vote to give them a rating out of 10 and then we will see who is the winner. Now, Couch was supposed to go first, but as he isn't available, I'll go to the next lineup, which is Nick's. All right, so let's have a look. All right, so this is Nick Blue's lineup. Give me a second. I will put it on the screen. So Nick Blue believes that Chelsea will play tomorrow a 3-4-3 formation. Aspilicueta, Silva and Rudiger in defence, Mendy in goal, Reece James, Alonso as our wing backs, Kante, Jorginho in the middle of the park, Pulisic, Ziyech, our wingers, with Havertz as our striker. Nick, explain to me why you went for this formation and this lineup.
Yeah, right. First of all, Mendy is a no-brainer. Rudiger Silva with that as well. And I know we could have had Christensen. He's a good player still. He still will play good. But I've gone with Aspie because he's our leader, he's our captain, and he comes good at big games. He's got so much experience in the big games, so I had to put Aspie there instead of Christensen. But we start with Alonso is what I didn't really want to put in there. But I wasn't, on the idea to put Saul or who we're going to put. And the other thing is he is an experienced player. All right, he can't defend very well. But Rudiger will have to double his shift as he always does when Alonso's there. He's going to have to defend even more. And let Alonso, be at the top when he can to get the balls across. And in the middle, I wanted to put Kovacic. Kovacic I love. But we can't have Kovacic and, Kanti together because they both going to bomb forward. There won't be no one there to hold the middle. So, it could have been, it's hard. It was hard, but now I put Jorginho because, he's going to have some space tomorrow against Real Madrid. The way they play, he will get some space. But he's fresh. He hasn't played for a while. So I'll give him a chance.
Would it have made more sense to play Aspilicueta as your left wing back and maybe Christensen or Chalobah in his place?
Yeah, I thought about that, Mo. I thought about it, but Aspie plays better on the right. He's not a left-sided player. That's why I want to keep Aspie on the right.
He's played in that position. He's played in that position quite regularly.
Yeah, but he's
in the past.
I think he's better on the right. I don't know. I might be wrong. I didn't want to try that. I just think
1 second. Yo, Boogeyman. He's got one English lad in there, so it's not totally foreigners. He's got one English lad in there.
Yeah, and I've gone for Jorginho and Kanti, and Kovacic can come off the bench if we need him. And
by the way, this is a very good point. Sorry to interrupt you, Nick. This is a very good point. Kante on Ramadan is entirely different energy. Last time he destroyed Modric, Cruz in the midfield. Last game, we actually had 3 players who were fasting. Did you guys realize that? We had Ziyech, Kante, and Rudiger. All 3 were fasting. It was the first day of Ramadan when they played against Brentford. So, just bear that in mind.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, Nick, thank you very much for your lineup. Guys, 10 being excellent. 1 being poor. Rate me this lineup for Nick Blue. Out of 10, what do you give it? And I want you to think. Hold on, Nick. Let me finish. And I want you to rate it on 2 accounts. Account number 1, how likely is this going to be Tuchel's lineup? And account number 2, if it wasn't Tuchel's lineup, would it still be a good one? So keep that in mind. Go on, Nick. What do you want to say?
I was just going to say why I bench Mason Mount. More likely, I know Tuchel picks him a lot, but he hasn't been on it all season for me. And I put Ziyech there because
why did he bench Lukaku? Why did he bench Kepa?
Sorry?
Why did he bench Lukaku, Kepa, Kovacic, Malang? Why are you highlighting Mason Mount? Why are you being dark on Mason Mount? Why are you always picking on Mason Mount? Why do you keep doing that?
No, I'm not picking on Mason Mount. When he plays good, I'll say he plays good, but he hasn't lately. And all right, they were all terrible on Saturday, but he should have scored at least 2 goals on Saturday, and he didn't.
Right now, Nick, you are averaging, I would say, 9 points. Are you guys serious? Is this team worth 9 points?
It's worth 10. Sorry.
It's worth 10. Well, you got 2 8s, 1 9, and 1 10. So it's averaging 9 points. Anybody else want to vote? Because if you don't, I'm going to give him 9 points. Nick is going to be really, really strong start by Nick. I guess Boogeyman wants you to be his competition. Declared you can't vote. Declared you can't vote because you got
you
a
didn't
dog
say
in this
that.
fight. Yeah, but you got a dog in this fight.
Yeah. I didn't mention why I didn't put Lukaku as well. Lukaku's the same.
Nick, please, don't make me vote. Don't make me vote. All right, enough. All right, so Nick Blue has got. Is it really 9 or is it like 8.5? You got 9 points. Nick has 9 points. All right, let's see the next one. Couch, are you back? Couch is not back. Yeah. All right, so let's have a look at the next one. The next one is declared. Wow, very similar. But let's see how many. Let's see how many people actually like declared, because I think the voting is based on the person rather than the actual team. All right, so you can't vote now, Jeff. You can't vote now because we're gonna have to wait and listen to declared before you guys can vote. Okay, so declared has the following formation: 3-4-3 with the same backline. The same middle line apart from Kovacic instead of Jorginho, Pulisic, Mount, and Havertz up front. Let me hear it declared. Why this lineup?
Well, with the formation, the tried and tested, I went for the experienced players because we're versing a very experienced team in Real Madrid as well, and especially their record in the Champions League. Backline probably speaks for itself. Maybe you could throw Christensen in there, but I think in a game like this, Aspie has to play. If I was playing to the crowd, I probably would have put Aspie where Alonso is, but I think in a game like this, Alonso has to play that position. Our biggest strength in this game is our system. That's why Mount and Alonso play, which I find some people will find unpopular. The two in the middle played against Liverpool as well. I wanted to put Jorginho in there, but in a game like this, I think we need a bit more legs, right? Jorginho will be great to come on and control, but we need to run him off the park because it is an aging midfield, and the advantage is, the younger players, and Kante especially. Pulisic starting to hit some form, and Havertz as well. And I think Mount is crucial for the system, even if his form isn't that great. But that's why I put these players in. And Reece James speaks for itself as well.
So you've got Mount ahead of Hakim Ziyech.
Because every time we play like this, Ziyech doesn't play as well. So when the formation is the 4-2-2 or the 4-3-3, he plays all right. But in this system where we need Mount to drop back in, especially against Real Madrid, we need that player. We need that 8.
All right. No Lukaku?
No. Well, if you probably heard this before. If we're playing in Italy, I'll play him. But we're versing a Spanish team in England. Yeah, Lukaku. Right. You know what? For me, Lukaku is in the middle where he can make a break. Like Lukaku can play this game and score a goal, and everything can turn for him. But if he has a bad game, it's just going to go 10 times worse. Mo, this is all we have left, really. FA Cup and this. Like, the league's pretty much done. If we get knocked out of the Champions League and the Cup, pretty much season over. So I don't want to risk it with Lukaku.
All right, fair enough. Lads, bring me or show me your votes. Show me your your rating for this team: 1, poor; 10, excellent. Bearing in mind, you gave Nick Blue a 9.
Nick Blue got a
overall.
9 from who?
He from 4 votes. You got 2 8s, 1 9, and 1 10.
Wow.
I think they were his family members.
Yeah, people he paid
Burner
off.
accounts, man. Some burner accounts up in there.
So far, we're getting there's 2 9s. Boogeyman ain't gonna vote for Declared. He voted for Nick. All right, so Javi giving you a 9, Jeff giving you an 8. So averaging 9, but less than. All right, Goodwin gave you a 10. This will be a tiebreaker. Boogeyman 9.79.
Ben Johnson, baby.
Hey, all right. Well, you've got 110, couple of 9s, 1 8. I'm gonna say Declared is on 9.2. Nick is gonna get really angry on that. All right, I need one more vote. One more vote. If you vote higher than 9, then Declared has got this. If you vote lower than 9, then Nick has got this. So give me some votes. Give me some. I mean, you can't vote again if you've already voted, but if you haven't voted, let me see some numbers in the chat. The next number is gonna call it. No one is voting. No one is actually voting. Hence, Courtney comes in with a 10.
Big up,
Courtney comes in with a 10. Oh my god. All right, I'm gonna go 9.25. 9.25 for Declared. Another 9 ticks. Hey, listen, look at the 9s, man. It's not me. It's not me saying it. Hey, it's a 10 from Tobago as well. All right, Declared 9.25. You're in the lead.
Right.
My Declare's voice, I'm afraid. Sorry.
It's my Aussie accent.
Yeah. You know, he's got 3 10s on the board. 1 9.79. He's got 1 8 and all the rest are 9s. So Declared 9.25. 9.25 is what I'm calling it. All right, let's have a look at. I think I'm gonna go back to Couch Critic, and I'll leave Podfather to the end. High scoring.
Some generous people in the chat there, man.
Very generous. Hey, Podfather, which one am I going here, man? You got 3. I'll do the last one.
Yeah, the last one.
Yeah. But we'll go back to Couch, and then we'll leave you to the end. All right, now I think this is going to be the one, and I'm not influencing it. But this is the formation that I would go for.
That's
and again,
right,
I'm not
son.
influencing it.
That's right, son.
All right, let's have a look. So, Couch Critic is going with a 3-5-2 formation.
Not really, but yeah, I guess it kind of plays like that.
Yeah.
Mount is basically the number 10 in this position.
I see that.
He's also the guy that can leak out and play on the right. So
I think. You've got Chalobah starting, which I totally agree with. I would play with James in his preferred position because Aspie can do a good job on the left as well. He's done it before. I haven't seen it
this year, though.
Not this year, no, not this year. But he has done it in the past. Cover, Jorginho and Mount, beautiful midfield. I would have gone with Kante instead of Kovacic purely for the experience. But I see what you're doing here. With, him being former Real Madrid player, getting a chance to play against his old club. I think he'll be more motivated than the rest. So yeah, no issues there. Pulisic and Havertz up front. All right, let me hear your thoughts on this, Couch. Why this formation? Why this lineup?
Okay, for first and foremost, Chalobah starts for me just because Christensen's basically 1 foot out the door. He's got his mindset on Barcelona, so we got to start looking at, the future of this club right now. Chalobah, when he's come into games at this magnitude, like remember he has played in the Champions League before for Chelsea. With Juventus, I think he played the Juventus game and banged a goal as well. He just steps up. He steps up to the big occasions, and I think that he needs another opportunity to do that because we're going to be relying on him going forward now that we know that Christensen's out. Aspie again, he's I don't like the idea of playing him on the left just because as is right now, he's relying on muscle memory right now. He's not really in the best shape to be going up and down the pitch, but because he's done it for so long on that flank, I think we need to keep him there and just hope that he can give us the type of shift that we need. I know he's going to be going up against Vinicius, but I'm hoping that with Chalobah on the side to help him with the pace of pace, he'd be able to handle him. Reece James, to me, if anything, there's been a few matches already that Thomas Tuchel has experimented with Reece James on the left, just because the balance of the squad has been off. So I can see him if he's thinking about being more solid in the back. I can see him playing Reece James there just because he doesn't trust anyone that we can play on the left. And like even just last game, the Brentford game, the first move that he made is he put Reece James on the left. Obviously, he changed it later on in the game, but he played there to start. So again, that to me is an indication of an audition. Giving him another opportunity to get a look there. He may be playing there tomorrow. In the midfield, I think Kovacic is just our best. He's our most informed midfielder right now. Just for my taste, he's the most informed. He gives us the things that we need right now. I love Conte, and I know he's a big game player. But if I'm going on what I've seen form wise, and who I want, what I want from this game, then I'm playing Kovacic just because I think that he's got the legs to get forward and whatnot, and he can pick a pass. He's the type of guy that will mix it up and get involved. So I play him there. And if you play Kovacic with Conte, that midfield is just destabilized. Those guys both like to get forward a little bit too much,
I
and you
agree.
need a natural sitter in there, and that's why I put Jorginho in there. Again, tempo dictating, like both legs that we played against Real Madrid, we started with Jorginho in that midfield, and we didn't have a problem with the midfield being overrun or anything like that, or lack of pace. Jorginho was fine in those games, so there's no reason why he won't be able to play against Casemiro, Modric and Cruz, and not they practice those. To be honest with you, those guys play at his pace anyways. they can't really press effectively to make him put a bother on him anyway. So I would definitely play Jorginho in this game just because we need somebody that's going to control the pace and the tempo and initiate the counters. And also, if anyone was watching the Brentford game, the ability to just break the press was so glaringly lost in that first half in particular. They just pressed us off the pitch. So Jorginho for me. Mason Mount, again, this is not about form, this selection, unfortunately, because he's been well off the pace for the last little while. But again, this is a big game at Stamford Bridge, and you're hoping that the type of game that you get from him is what he's been known for. The guy that can get in your face, press all over the pitch, make himself a nuisance, and then once he gets into the final third, make good decisions. If we can get that performance from him, I think that will be okay. I am worried about playing him. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I do think that he's out of form, and I don't want to be playing anyone that you can't trust in these types of games. But I mean, who do you play in there? Like, you need somebody that can make up a midfield three, and just to balance it. And right now, I don't think that we can play another midfielder in there that can, also dovetail out and play on the right or on the left, and then come back into the midfield. So, I have to play Mason Mount, and then hope that he gives us good minutes. I think Pulisic and Havertz speak for themselves. Reece James, he can play on the left or the right, but I think he plays on the left just for the reasons I said before. We need to be solid defensively, and if you play him on the right, I don't know if you trust Azpilicueta on the left. And I'm not seeing Alonso, and I'm not seeing Salah Niguez. I've seen some lineups that I saw Niguez in there. I'm like, nah,
Yeah,
too big of a
I
game for
mean,
Salah Niguez, man. Sorry.
yeah, I think Saul Niguez should have been part of the Brentford game rather than some of the other players that were selected. But I think this game, my feeling is switch James with Aspie. But apart from that, I'll be very happy with this lineup. I mean, Kante, Kovacic, either way is fine. I'm happy to go with either lineup. We'll probably see them substituted at halftime or just after halftime. Whoever starts will be taken off. So, yeah, no, I'm quite pleased with this lineup. Lads, 1 being poor, 10 being excellent. We have Nick on 9 points, declared on 9.25. What do you guys give this lineup? Start voting now. Let's see it. 1 being poor, 10 being excellent. Wow, someone doesn't like you in the chat, Couch. You got a 6.
Yeah, man. What are you gonna do? What are you
I
gonna
don't
do?
know, man. You got
Yeah.
a 6.
Not very
And it's
popular these days.
Major General N'Golo Kante leaving him out.
It's because
This is
he
a
didn't
6.
put Kante in the team.
Wow. Chelsea fan 55, a 6. Tobago, 6.
You can't. How can you leave the best player in the world out of the team? You tell me,
Oh,
coach.
man.
I'll tell you why. Because he's not in form right now, and
Yeah, but this game he will be.
You'll never get an
Kante, you
argument
can't
for me
drop
for playing
Kante.
Conte.
He's
You'll
the
never
best in
get
the
an
world.
argument for me for playing Conte. I think that he's our best player on his day, without question. But
Yeah,
you know, the
I
Brentford
think
game kind of left us sad. I just think that you got to play the most informed players right now. And Conte,
Brentford game, everyone was rubbish. Forget
yeah,
the Brentford
including
game.
him.
This is
I
different.
struggled to make that decision whether Kante doesn't start or Jorginho, or it was hard to see which two combo I wanted to go with.
Yeah, I'm very content. I'd be very happy if Conte played. It wouldn't bother me at all. But I'm just going on what I think is best for the team right now. And Conte
Yeah,
hasn't
he
been on his
hasn't been
best.
on form. I agree with you. He hasn't been
So
on
then
form,
why are
but
you playing him?
he
Why are you
comes to
playing him?
life in these games. He's because he,
Yeah,
Lads,
he's a
you're going on what you trust, not on what you know right now. You know,
Lads,
you're
yeah, I
basically
know what you're
relying
saying, but
on what you've seen in the
some
past.
that's why I've gone
some
for
advice.
the most
Next
experienced
time,
players.
next
I don't know.
next time you do your lineups, put Kante in the lineup, drop Mason Mount, and add Hakim Ziyech. You'll be all right. But this, because look at this, you got an 8, you got a 5,
no.
5, 8,
Oh
6,
man,
6,
getting
6.
mudded.
All right,
Getting mudded,
I'm gonna.
man. What's going on,
I'm,
man?
I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna call it at. Let me see.
I'm getting mudded, man. How is this happening to me,
I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna call it at 7. I'm gonna call it at 7.
Oh, that's generous. Thank you.
Yeah.
I
I'm
thought
gonna
you
call it
would
at
have done
7.
all right without Alonso there.
Yeah.
You know
no,
what?
I mean, yeah.
When this team gets picked tomorrow, I'm gonna be telling back at all you guys, okay? All of you guys.
If this team gets picked, I'll give you £100.
I like that.
Listen, clip it. What is it? 1 hour 19 minutes. He said he'll give him £100 if that team gets picked. All right, Couch, 50-50, yeah. All right, I'm gonna go to the last lineup, which is Podfather's lineup, and I think Podfather's cheated a little bit because he's been chopping and changing his lineup since the beginning, and I think he's probably put Kante in there right now.
He has to start with -5 to start off with.
No,
because he's been listening to the chat and what they want and everything.
Listen, Podfather, it's
Do market
empty.
research.
Podfather, they're empty. All these links are empty.
Wait, the last one? Even the last one?
Yeah, the last one's empty.
Oh my god. Well, hold on.
Writing
Hold
blank
on a
checks.
second. Hold on a second.
They're all empty. Did you save it?
Yes. Hold on. I've got one. Yeah. Let's try this.
All right, send it. All right. Empty.
Empty.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I don't know what's going on with my
You got to save it first if you don't.
Yeah, okay. So, okay. I think I've done that now.
How's it come up here? Where did you send it? Oh, here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Yeah, it's empty. There's something wrong on your end. They're all coming up as empty.
Yeah.
Well,
You like
just
me?
pull up a blank and you can just dial in who you want.
Yeah, I can just tell you quickly. Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
All right. So Mendy in goal.
One second. Okay, so
Yes.
where is it? I mean, okay, Mendy in goal, yeah.
Yes, Mendy in goal.
What formation you playing?
I'm playing 3-5-2.
3-5. That didn't go too well with the with the previous dude. You sure you want to do that?
Yes, but mine is slightly different. Don't worry.
All right. Where is it?
Yeah. So
oh, I can't find it. Oh, here we go. 3-5-2.
So yeah, it'd be Thiago Silva, Rudiger, and Christensen at the back.
Yep.
Yeah. It'd be Azpilicueta, right wing back.
Yep.
Alonso, left wing back.
Yep.
Kovacic and Kante in the middle.
Yep.
Mason Mount at the 10.
Yep.
Pulisic and Havertz up top. So as you can see from this formation, I believe I'm the only one who doesn't have Reece James in their team. Yeah, and my reason for that was I think for me Real Madrid's two most dangerous players are going to be Benzema and Vinicius Junior. Vinicius Junior is much better than what we saw last season, and the last thing I'm going to do is play Reece James against him when he's not really fit. And you know, the last game I saw when Reece James came in, it looked far from up to game speed, and I just can't take the risk tomorrow, as I know that Real Madrid play a lot down that side, and if he's targeted, I don't think it will end well. And I wouldn't play him in the left wing back as well because I haven't really seen him have a good game on that side. And last time, that's where he picked up his injury when he was getting turned inside out.
Yeah, that's also the game. That's also the game where he put in that assist to Lukaku, put it right on his head.
Yeah, that's good, but I just think this game is going to be different. I think.
But he did play well though. But I just say he did play.
Hey, if Real Madrid was smart, they'll go down to Alonso.
Which game are you talking about, Couch?
The game where he played on the left wing back position, got inverted, put the ball right on Lukaku's head for the goal.
What, the last game where he got injured? You mean?
I don't know if it was the game he got injured, or if it was the before that.
Okay, I'm thinking more about the game where he got injured.
Yeah,
so yeah, I just think it's a risk. I think Alonso, for all his faults, I think when it's a big game, when it's Champions League or whatever, I think he can pull out a performance. He's not a consistent player, but I think you can rely on him to have one good game out of 4, one good game out of 3, and he just knows the position better. And also because we're playing, or because I'm playing pretty much 2 strikers up front and no real wingers, I need my width to come from the fullbacks, and I don't want them cutting in, which is what James would have to do to deliver crosses from the left. So I want him to be able. I want Alonso to be able to cross the ball right away with his left foot, and for Aspie to do the same on the right.
Jonas, I think Alonso could
Lads, I literally got to end the stream in the next 5 minutes, so I do apologize for rushing it, but time is of the essence. 1 being poor, 10 being excellent. Give me a rating for the Podfather's lineup.
10.
Right now, you got declared on 9.25, Nick on 9.0, Couch on -9. No, I'm joking. Couch on 7. So give me a rating for the Podfather. 8.5, 5 and a 5. Where were you guys when Nick was doing his lineup, man? What the hell was going on? I'm joking, Nick. Nick, I'm just messing around with you. Don't take it too seriously. So 2 5s, 8.5, 7, 7.5. Oh, it's not looking good for you, Pod. I think it's gonna be 7.5. You got a 10. Someone likes you. 10, 7.5, I don't know. 7. I think you and look, it's the 3-5-2 formation. No one likes it. You and Couch are tied on 7 points.
I got
You
more than
and
that.
Couch are tied on 7 because you got 3 5s.
No 5s.
And Mo, the thing is, for your votes, I wanted to put Ziyech instead of Mount because, I knew that would win your vote. And also, I've heard all the stories about how he could play number 10 at Ajax, even though he's never been used like that here.
He can play number 10. But it's number 10 with a back 4. It's not number 10 with a back 3.
Paul, it's not that Declare put Mount and he still won the 1 by 2.5 points because it's all fixed.
Listen,
That's what.
Declared has got a sexy Australian accent, man. You can't mess with that. And look at his avatar, Roman Abramovich. You can't mess with that. Roman Abramovich, sexy Australian accent, good lineup. It's job done, isn't it?
Big up, chat.
All right, so right now you have Boogeyman
the real king
on
of
1
the bridge,
point.
that's why.
Boogeyman on 1 point, Declared on 1 point. And by the way, if for some reason the lineup is picked exactly as it is, we'll give them an extra 5 points. So at the moment, it's tied between Boogeyman and Declared with 1 point each. Do you know what? I'm going to be doing this until the end of the season, and the winner will receive a Chelsea baseball cap. Yeah, sounds good.
It's funny how you started that now when I'm experimenting with my lineup a bit. Like when I was slanging them out.
Hey, listen, next season.
Always trying to give away nothing, right?
Next season, I'll give away a Chelsea shirt.
Season ticket at least.
Season ticket. Let me get a season ticket for myself, man, and then I'll give out season tickets. No, but guys, listen. It's been a good stream. I will be back again tomorrow with a post-match stream straight after the final whistle. So straight after the end of the game, give me 5 minutes, 10 minutes to upload the stream, and then we'll be reacting to the result. Hopefully, it's going to be a positive reaction video, positive reaction stream. Lads, do me a favor and make sure you're subscribed because I want to just get over this milestone. It's taking the we're 50 subscribers away. 50 subscribers away from 10,000. 10,000. 50 subscribers away. If you're watching this stream and you haven't subscribed, your subscription will make all the difference. So make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit the like button. I would really appreciate it. 6 away from 100 likes on the stream and 50 away from 10,000 subscribers. If you're watching this and you haven't subscribed, why are you doing that to me for? Why are you killing me like that? Killing me softly, as it's been known. People, I have to go. I gotta get some food, and I will see you all tomorrow evening. Have a good night. Take care of yourselves. and peace.